What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to look at some really big, really good, really awesome news coming out of the One Piece trading card game. There were some reveals that happened this weekend over in Japan, and look, I'm just going to say it like this. If you are a fan, even a little bit, of the One Piece TCG, you're going to look at this stuff and be very, very excited. You're going to want it. Because it's awesome. Oh yeah, also, while we're here, serial numbered Shanks. Serial numbered Shanks is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and I, for one, am very, very, very excited indeed. Now, obviously, we've had the serial Luffy for a while. The thing is, it's serial numbered. Like, that's literally the whole point. I think it was out of 700 in the end. It's literally serial numbered. So they can't keep giving it out forever, but because they literally have to number them, they are limited in how many they can actually give out. So there has to come a point where they literally have to stop giving them out because they run out of numbers. So at some point, there had to be a new serial card, and it looks like it's going to be Shanks. Now look, this kind of stuff, you know the deal at this stage. Yes, as it stands at the moment, this has been announced for Japan. No, this stuff has not been announced for the West. But we know it's going to come to the West. We know that the next round of tournaments that need a serial numbered card in order to have like this fantastic prize, we know they're going to have Shanks. Because this is what they do. Nobody should be surprised by this. And look, Shanks already had a manga version. We've already had manga Shanks. And that is one of the most expensive cards in the game. Now we're getting these serial numbered Shanks. And all I can say is, I really, really hope that anyone out there that wants to collect Shanks cards has got a few quid stashed away, because Shanks is becoming a very, very expensive collection. And what's interesting, of course, this is the same card as Manga Shanks. This is the secret rare from Romance Dawn. You can see the set number there on the bottom right. It is the one that's got Rush. And when attacking, your opponent cannot activate a blocker on a character with 2,000 power or less. Basically, weak blockers don't do nothing. Which is lovely, quite frankly. That helps us out quite a lot. I love this, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. I'm a big fan. I will probably never win one of these, because a lot of the time when I'm going to tournaments that are giving these out, I'm probably going to be trying to cast rather than play. But oh my goodness, these are absolutely wonderful, and I'm jealous of every single person that win ones. And you better believe if I get a chance to enter a tournament with one, I will. I'm just, we'll see if I win. The chances are low. Not for me, for anyone. These tournaments are very competitive. But hey, there's more, ladies and gentlemen, because at the Championship 2023, there are cards being given out for Top 8, Top 16, and Top 32. Now, for Top 32, we've got ourselves Sakazuki, and this, of course, is a card that will look a little bit familiar to a bunch of you, but because right now, we're like in the middle of it. This is Sakazuki from Paramount War, the set which came out this past weekend and that hopefully a lot of you have been opening over the weekend. And it's a cool card. 6 cost, 7,000 power, it's a super rare. On play, you may trash a card from your hand and KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. But as I always tell you when it comes to black decks, the whole point of them, like their hook, is lowering cost of your opponent's cards. So what's really going to happen here is that you are going to be lowering the cost of all of your opponent's cards, and most of the time, if your deck is working properly, and that is a big if, given the game, but if your deck is working properly, if it's one of those good games, this is going to KO anything, and that's kind of cool. Good card. Wonderful alternate art. You'll notice it's also got a very different border to what we see in set cards, really kind of setting itself out as a, hey look, this is a championship card. Yes, it also has a Championship 2023 stamp. Over in Top 16, we've got ourselves another super rare from Paramount War. It is Borcelino, and this is the one, again, it's another black card, they all are, that's kind of what they're going for here. And this is the Borcelino, 4 cost, 5,000 power. On your opponent's turn, this character gains 1,000 power and cannot be KO'd by effects. And it's also got blocker. So it's a 6,000 power blocker on your opponent's turn that cannot be KO'd by effects, which of course is a lot of the time what your opponent is going to be trying to do to get rid of your blockers so they can then get an attack through. But the whole point here is that they can't. They've got to actually attack you properly, and you've got an extra 1,000 power. That's a pretty gosh darn good combo all round. This is another very cool card. And once again, we've got alternate art. Once again, we've got that new kind of border, which is very different from a set border. It really looks like a Championship Series border. And once again, we've got the Championship 2023 stamp, which is pretty gosh darned awesome. And then for top 8, we've got ourselves a Kazan. Now, this is not the secret rare Kazan, the one that I really, really like. It is the super rare Kazan, although again, we're still in Paramount War. All of these cards are from Paramount War, and this is absolutely stunning. Although, to be fair, I do need to say, the alternate art of this card is one of my favourite artworks we've seen in the One Piece TCG so far, and I like this new artwork, but I still think if I'm kind of ranking them, I'm ranking the alternate art from Paramount War a little bit higher. I do absolutely adore the artwork on that card. But it's also, like the others, a very cool black card. On play, you draw a card, that's quite good. And when attacking, you reduce the cost of up to one of your opponent's characters by 4 during this turn. So like I told you a minute ago, the whole point in these black decks is that they are reducing the cost of your opponent's cards. So something like the Sakazuki I told you a moment ago, that can actually come in and start making a little bit of a difference. So yeah, this is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is very, very good. So those are the cards that have been given away for the top finishers. And then obviously you've got the serial Shanks, which is one of the coolest cards we have ever seen. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. That's not all. There is also a new Ace set, which is being sold for 4,500 yen. Now, if we look at the image here, it seems to be being sold from the 13th of May at the 3-on-3 spring event that we've talked about before. This does not seem to be like a champion thing or anything like that. This seems to be something that's just sold. And I know there are other characters on the playmat, but come on, ladies and gentlemen, this is still very, very cool indeed. Now, the playmat is amazing. It's got Ace and it's got the other characters. That's all lovely. We've then got ourselves a storage box with the same kind of artwork going on, which is lovely. And then we've got ourselves an alternate art of the Ace leader. Do bear in mind this is the Ace from OP03. It has to be. That's literally the only Ace leader that exists. And we already do have the alternate art of it, which is kind of a beautiful card, quite frankly. We like this. But now we've got another version of it. And the Ace leader is one, I didn't love it initially on first look, I'll be honest with you. However, it is going up in price over in Japan. It is getting a bunch of hype over in Japan in places where it's already been released. But I got to be perfectly honest with you, I'm checking out deck lists for, Japanese and other Asian territories, see what's actually winning at the moment. The lovely Orange Samurai D is a great place to go and check these out over on Twitter. And we're still seeing that it's Edward Newgate and Zorro. They are still the leaders that are seeing, at least as far as I can see, as far as I'm seeing these results coming out, they are still the two leaders that seem to be doing the most winning in red. But it's still a cool leader. This is the one whereby when you attack or are being attacked, you can trash any number of event or stage cards from your hand and gain 1,000 power for each one being trashed. And then there's a bunch of event cards that will help you out, and that's all lovely. So for 4,500 yen, okay, fine, it's not the cheapest thing ever, but 4,500 yen isn't horrendous. I need to go and figure out what that is in currencies we actually use now, don't I? So annoying, ladies and gentlemen. So annoying. So 4,500 yen, if we're looking at US dollars here, you're talking somewhere in the region of about... Oh, no, it's gone. Wait, come back. Okay, $34. There we go. And in terms of pounds, you're looking at about £28 for the mat and the storage box and the alternate art leader, which, if I may say so, seems like a very, very good deal indeed. Yay! And then at the same time, over this tournament for 990 yen, which is honestly in Japan about the going rate for a set of sleeves. 990 yen, you're talking around about $7.40 or about £6.10. But there are 3 different kinds of sleeves that are going to be available. They are going to be the sleeves that look like the Ace stuff I just showed you, some new monkey sleeves, and a new alternate colour card back. It's very much the card back kind of image with a new colour. None of these sleeves are really doing it for me like that, but if they are doing it for you, wonderful news. And remember, like the way they've done it so far, when sleeves are released over in Japan, it's not like the Pokemon TCG, they find their way over here as well. So at some point, all of these are going to find their way over, and that's going to be absolutely lovely. This is big news, and it is worth getting very, very excited about. But now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord and chat with us about Pokemon or anything else, and just generally have an awful lot of fun. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.